Napster came in, it absolutely decimated the industry, and I think at its best it went down to $4 or $5 billion. It's now gone back up since Spotify has come into play. So we see these waves of technology and the impacts on different industries, including music. So I think this is an important slide to talk about, and something I often talk about when people will often criticize Spotify as being terrible for artists and that they're ripping artists off. And I think that's misdirected. First, if you look at Spotify's numbers, about 70% of their income goes to the owners of the content. That's a huge amount that goes to the creators. The problem is you have all these intermediaries, such as record labels, so an artist may only get 12 to 15% of what a record label gets. But to show you how little money flows through because of the way these business models are set up, on 1 million streams, the content owner will make about $4,500. And to give you an example of just the sheer change in the industry, when I was a teenager, I'd buy 2 albums a week with my allowance, 8 albums a month, I'd spend roughly $60. This is circa 1980. In today's dollars, that would be like spending $200 a month on my music. Today, I spend roughly $4.50 because I have a Spotify premium subscription that I share with my 2 kids and with my wife. So I pay 1/4 of whatever, $18 or so. And I pay $4.50 and I have the entire music catalog virtually in the world as compared to what I used to do in 1980, where I would spend the equivalent of $200 a week. So with that seismic shift, there's been a shift in the economics and what has happened, and that leads to the situation that we're in today. One of the, I used to think, and I'm definitely on the fence, I'm also a musician. I recently used ChatGPT to give me a better way in which to practice bass, because I'm a jazz musician at heart, so it's given me a weekly practice schedule. I have an hour a day to practice, and we'll go through what I need to do with arpeggios, with bows, so forth and so on. I'm a university trained musician, but continue to learn music. I see a lot of presentations right now on, okay, you can use this AI app to create a song. Just put in a few words and it's going to create something. In my mind, that's not really true creativity. The machines are doing it, and the question is, how do they work as a tool to keep the human element of music and the arts? We talked about engineers versus artists. How are we going to stay true to that proposition? But if you look at drum machines, drum machines happen over time. Really, I think 1980 was a seminal point with respect to drum machines and how they impacted it. And I'm sure David Frangio and I could have a long conversation. He's a drummer, and we've played together in the past. Let me just continue here. One of the biggest concerns with respect to AI, we talked about it with the Drake situation, but this sort of issue of someone copying an original